This came at night when people were asleep in bed.
You can see just how full and swollen this river is. Apparently, they are trying to get to several rescues.
It was just like a jet engine coming down.
It's a flash flood emergency, and what we've seen so far is that water has risen 22 feet in just 3 hours.
We begin tonight continuing our breaking news coverage. At least 13 people have been killed after catastrophic flooding along the Guadalupe River.
Team coverage, we have crews in Kerrville, Ingram, Spring Branch.
Officials say they are still doing rescues. The sheriff asking people to shelter in place. So it's a reunification center. And we spoke with a father over there.
Scary moment, just getting to that point of hearing your 9-year-old son was in an attic with the water rising.
Where a home has been swept away.
Into us just to give us different vantage points as to what's going on.
And we saw a couple of parents walk away with their kids. One mom seemed very emotional as her daughter was on her back.
This is the suspect that they have just walked out of those doors we've been watching over the last 20 minutes.
We were able to collect some DNA.
Was murdered here in San Antonio on the far west side.
Linked to these crimes today, one of which the police chief is calling high profile. Tonight we have team coverage.
You can see a map behind us here of all those different locations.
That shooting happened at the Flex Studios Motel. He said, quote, "We need to kill the mayor."
Got time now to check back in on that breaking news. Emergency crews responding to a crash involving two.
Search for the shooter. Kirk was shot while speaking on stage in front of a crowd at Utah Valley University this afternoon. Late this afternoon that person is not the suspect. Lawmakers across Texas reacting to the news. We got him. Those the words today from the Utah governor. Is now in jail on a bond of $5.1 million. Jones is now charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
She spoke to a person who did not want to be identified. They told her they heard the shots.
That's when I heard multiple shots, and I didn't really hear any shouting.
It was about here in this location when he was followed by a group. He was attacked, he was beaten, and he was fatally shot.
Our Sarah Acosta is live at the intersection near Seguin Road in the Wood Lake area where that shooting happened earlier this morning.
This is the latest on a breaking news story that we first brought to you on Monday. So according to police, gunfire was exchanged between two drivers
near I-10 and Huebner Road this morning. Officers say that a maintenance worker found that suspicious device in a grassy area. They told our crew that the bomb had, quote, black powder leaking out of it.
They decided to make the device safe enough to transport.
CNN correspondent Ivan Rodriguez joining us live from Dallas tonight with the very latest. Ivan.
Myra, we're learning more information about the moments that led up to the deadly shooting. The Department of Homeland Security says that a sniper opened fire from a nearby rooftop.
A girl takes 3 weapons to a Northside ISD high school, and now she is in custody.
So this is where it unfolded right here. School leaders say she was able to get into the school through the main campus doors, and she was not a student there.
So in a letter to parents, the Warren High School principal stated the girl said that she wanted to register.
There are actually 3 takeaways. One of those being that today, for the first time, jury's seen footage of those first interactions with Melissa Perez.
He was back in court today.
I was able to access the physical internal hard drive that got turned over, so I have everything I was able to extract everything from that particular device.
That was Brad Simpson's defense attorney, Stephen Gilmore. He reassured the judge today that they will be ready for trial following some issues accessing files of evidence. Brad Simpson's wife, Suzanne Simpson, was last seen nearly a year ago. Take a look at this video that was shot by our KSAT cameras last night. You can see just how intense those flames were. Now take a live look hours later at what the scene looks like, what is left of that home. We have learned that the same home was at the center of several 911 calls. All right, Garrett, so we know where, but do we know when?
Well, Myra, what I know is that I don't have a ticket to get into this arena because this arena doesn't exist yet. Take a look behind me through the eyes of our KSAT drone. This is the former Institute of Texan Culture's site over at Hemisphere. The former ITC building now gone. And while we know the site for the proposed arena, the city still hasn't actually acquired it from the University of Texas system.
KSAT has been following this proposed Guajolote Ranch project for nearly 2 years. Here's a breakdown of what led to the TCEQ's decision to move forward with the project. In January of 2024, we first reported how neighbors in Northwest Bexar County opposed the plan. In February of 24, the city of San Antonio, SAWS, and more than 80 other parties.
There are 2 hours left to get to a polling location and cast your ballot.
And the Igo Branch Library, the top 3 slowest.
You know, I've been known to crash a party or two, Garrett, so.
That is Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones crashing a press conference today, a press conference put on by business leaders in support of a new arena.
Right now, a little more than half of you think that Gina Ortiz-Jones has been doing a good job.
Not just here in San Antonio, massive crowds gathering from coast to coast today as No Kings rallies took place across the country. Here you can see several different views. In Austin, one person has now been arrested for allegedly threatening state lawmakers who planned to attend a rally there in opposition of President Trump. The state Capitol building was evacuated this afternoon after DPS says they received credible threats against state lawmakers and staffers. Let's take a look at the live picture inside the U.S. House. Our Garrett Berger is joining us live from the newsroom. Garrett, you've been keeping tabs on this since the session started. So what appears to be the latest right now?
Well, Myra, just to be clear, this doesn't look like it's the final vote. It appears to be a procedural one, but all eyes, ours included, on the U.S. House right now. Debate started a little after 3:30 p.m. Now, if the House passes the bill, it will go to the president's desk.
This one says a 200-minute delay, so a couple hours. People are delayed for anybody flying out of Boston right now.
All right, and some of these are other smaller airports as well around the country. So let's bring you to San Antonio, shall we? And take a look at air traffic at San Antonio International right now. These are the departures.
As you can see here locally, at SAT, things seem to be not crowded, moving along just fine. At last check, 3 weekend flights have been canceled. Here was a bird's eye view from Drone 12 of the I-10 Loop 1604 interchange. 2 new flyover ramps opened there this morning.
Ma'am, you're out of line. Your time's up. Your 4 minutes is up.
Authorities escorted her out. A witness told KSAT the police continued to harass her after putting her in handcuffs. Community members also told us they believe school board leadership is trying to intimidate parents. Individuals' actions were not in alignment. Well, according to a KSAT viewer who shared this video with us, the woman decided to get into the water after her phone fell into the San Antonio River. Now, tonight, the San Antonio River Authority is reminding everyone there is a city ordinance that prohibits swimming in the river.
And that ordinance is just because of the physical safety.
Heavy rain and hail fell through south central Texas. Our weather team tracking this all throughout the night and into this morning.
It's knocking right on the door. I have to zoom out a bit because this is moving pretty quickly.
The round of storms leaving behind impactful damage.
These are kayaks in the tree. Everything swirled up into the sky. Got underneath the mat and it just very, very loud. We lost power right away.
Started feeling the house shaking. I thought the roof was ripping off.
Coming up, how community members plan to pick up the broken pieces.
It is a morning like we have not seen in San Antonio since maybe 1998. Strong storms and flooding moved through our city. Here you're watching a man getting rescued from a tree by first responders early this morning, hanging on for his life. Unfortunately, a number of people did not have anything to hang on to and were killed. We know at this hour at least 4 people have died as high water swept away their vehicles. Good afternoon. I'm Steve Spreece.
Our department saying the primary search efforts focused on the northeast side.
We talked to 3 people who are still looking for their loved ones, including a woman who told us she was trying to find her husband.
We received a call from Derwin around 5:11 yesterday morning. He expressed that he was in distress. He was in the car. The car had swept off the bridge.
If you see a cloud or you know it's going to rain, get out the tunnel.
So Garrett Berger tells us about the life-saving work that street outreach teams do.
Satellites orbiting the Earth scan the atmosphere every few seconds, tracking clouds, temperature, and even lightning.
It'll be a little scary last night and a wet morning today, but all things considered, the good news is everyone is holding up.
How impressive the storm is. This is in Jamaica. Has a catastrophic Category 5 storm packing sustained winds of 185 miles an hour.
Can you imagine how strong that must be to feel in person? Take a look at the video here. You you can see just how strong those winds are. At last check, 7 people have died as a result of this storm.
Now, Melissa's been named one of the most intense hurricanes on record to make landfall in the Atlantic.
If you're on the go but don't want to miss out on important weather alerts, we've got you covered. First, you want to download the free KSAT 12 Weather Authority app. It's available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. You want to search KSAT 12 Weather Authority. If you were wondering, what are the Northern Lights? Well, I have an explanation for you. What the Northern Lights are is we get these things called the solar wind. Now, it is just a little bit of wind that comes off and is emitted off the sun's atmosphere.
You know, I've been out here since 5 a.m. at Pinstack, and let me tell you, one of the greatest things that I've seen is just the generosity of San Antonio. Everybody coming out and giving so much today.
And, you know, you can always count on San Antonians to come out and help each other. And we're actually going to be here still collecting food and other items until 7 o'clock tonight.
It's hit Thanksgiving and then Christmas around. We don't think it's going to go down quickly at all.
Another important point to make, especially Thanksgiving, 2.5 weeks away. All right, Michael, thank you so much for joining us. And just to let you know, just in case you can't come down and bring any food items, just to let you know, you can go on our website.
Today, around 40 master ice artisans from China arrived to San Antonio to begin all of that carving. This year's theme is Frosty the Snowman. The artisans will spend 30 days at JW Marriott to transform more than 2 million pounds of ice sculptures by hand.
Celebration honors traditional art, music, and has more than 80 altars. Muerto Fest is one of the largest festivals in the nation, and it attracts people from all over the country.
It's just a day to honor the dead, and it makes me think of my grandma and my cousin.
And Muertos Fest, not the only one driving people downtown. Over at the Alamo Dome, the music legend Paul McCartney taking the stage tonight. Fans of all ages pumped for his performance.
The songs are really good, and he's just brought so much joy to the world.
Drum roll.
There's the drum roll.
All right, Adam's joining me now to reveal the names. Here's a look at some of the places that you voted as the best in San Antonio amusement park. All right, everybody, we got to check on the Swifties. First, news of the new album. Then today, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce announced they are engaged.
The couple made the announcement in concurrent social media posts.